Yo! What's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. Happy Victory Monday for the Las Vegas Raiders, who gave the Giants the #1 pick. Thank you, Antonio Pierce. Thank you to Las Vegas, and I hope you're still here. Thank you to Mitchell Renz, 365. The Las Vegas Raiders are having the worst Victory Monday of the season as we are enjoying Doomsville Monday. Man, it feels good. Whether you want the Giants to win, whether you want the Giants to lose, I don't really care at this point. All I want is for one of these young, beautiful men to be the quarterback of the New York Football Giants, and they got that much closer with the Las Vegas Raiders getting a win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Your Giants now have sole ownership of the #1 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. You got to lose 2 more games, and hopefully you lose to the big bad Colts, and hopefully the Eagles have something to play for in Week 18. So let me know, who would you rather have? Pick a QB. Who's the guy you're selecting with the #1 pick? Is it Shedeur? Is it Cam? Let me know. Let me know. AP, hey, once a Giant, always a Giant. I found myself watching Antonio Pierce highlights this morning. I was feeling nicey. Shout out to Thunder, Rob Simpy, Bronx Boy. I saw my man Greg Congdon in here. Shout out to Greg Congdon. I saw Mr. Rick in here as well. Shout out to Chaw. Dolphin Storm. I don't know why I always say it like that, but I love saying it. Let's go, Giants. What up, Joe G? What up, everybody? I love all y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Mama Doo. What's up, Mama Doo? Shout out to y'all. All right. We asked you who the quarterback should be. I had another question, but the question, it got interrupted for a great reason because of it. If everyone could just type RS in the chat, and everybody give me an RS in the chat, because 1, Rob Simpy is here, and 2, Rob Simpy is a legend, and 3, unfortunately, Rob Simpy had to witness the New York Giants play a lousy game of football yesterday. But he's a Giants Now GOAT for a reason. We got a 3-point goal. Rob Simpy. Bang! Shout out to Rob Simpy, the man, the myth, the legend. Doom, bang, bang, C for Cam Ward. Rob Simpy, happy holidays to you, my man. Happy holidays to everybody in the building. Whew, it's been a hell of a day. It's been a heck of a day for Marsh. We've been busy, and you know what? I'm off the rest of the week, and I cannot wait. I could use a break. I've been tormenting myself just like you guys every Sunday for this season, and I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to see the fam. I'm ready to relax and not work myself into a tizzy because the New York Giants are playing football. Leaving tomorrow morning. We do got to do the Knicks game tonight, so still a lot of work to be done for Marsh today. But Rob Simpy, we love you, my man. Thank you. You did come in with a $50 super chat. I'm going to have to find the shotgun device here coming up in a little bit because I got a beer shotgun. Every $50 super chat today, we're going out with a bang beer shotgun time. Rob, we love you, man. Seriously, thank you. I have a question for you guys because I'm about to get into a segment on today. So we got a 4-segment live, and we're going to be going speed racing. It's going to be a speed race kind of live. What's your #1 wish on your list for the New York Football Giants? I want to hear from y'all. What's your #1 wish on your list for the New York Football Giants? Ian says, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you. Bronx Boy says, I played Atlanta's defense in fantasy yesterday, and because of 2 pick sixes, I'm headed to the dance. I also played Atlanta's defense yesterday, a sharp spot by me, and also, Bronx Boy, I am going dancing in the fantasy football championship. People were so mad that in our league that they said, 1, you shouldn't be allowed to pick players up in the playoffs because I picked the Atlanta defense up because I knew Drew Lock was going to turn the football over a couple of times. And then also, they now next year want to outlaw kickers and defense and just go 2 extra flex spots because Marsh G got 28 points from the Falcons defense. That's because I know what I'm doing. They were playing the Giants. It was a doomsday for them. We knew that. We got a lot of people ready to party today, and for good reason. It's a holiday in itself. Giants have number 1 pick. First, though, I got to give a major shout-out to my favorite sponsor and a returning sponsor, which I'm really proud of, and that's DraftKings. It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting on all the hoops, football, and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we are being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7. And here's the gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code NIXCHAT. That's code NIXCHAT for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-3669. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-97-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/BBALL. If you want to win some money tonight with DraftKings, Smitty, as he is now actually in New York visiting the family, he's got a parlay cooked up for the Knicks game tonight. Mikal Bridges, 17-plus points. Jalen Brunson, 7-plus assists. Raptors, team total under 105.5. These odds and lines are subject to change, but they are plus 390, so some good odds there. You can roll with Smitty. You can fade Smitty. Just do it with our proud sponsor, DraftKings. Use that promo code NIXCHAT. Bet $5. Win that $5 bet. Get $150 in free bonus bets. We're not in the cut. Thank you. Also, we got a 3-point goal. The only Brandon G. Bang! Shout out to Brandon G. and shout out to Chugs. Happy holidays, my man.
Happy holidays, man.
Happy holidays. Man, are you do you work the rest of the week?
Yeah. Texans Christmas.
Texans play on Christmas. Who do they got?
The Ravens.
The Ravens, the Battle of the Birds.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the state bird of Texas?
Mockingbird.
Mockingbirds greater than ravens.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If there was a battle of the birds, the raven would kill the mockingbird.
I have a confession. I actually don't know if that's the state bird. That's just my only
It sounded good. I think you're right.
It's the only answer I can think of when you're like, state bird.
A partridge in a pear tree. The only Brandon G. Cheers.
No, there's no partridges in Texas. I've yet to see one partridge. Yeah. Let's see.
Wow. You guys are legendary. I got to go back to back, though.
What is the Texas state bird?
To kill a mockingbird.
A mockingbird.
Every $50 super chat today, it's beer shotgun time. We've already done one. Here goes two.
Jack, do you know the state flower? Do you know the state flower of Texas? Yep.
Blue bonnet. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. I had a nice breakfast on an everything bagel with a bag of cheese and bacon. I got to throw it all up. Proxboy says, you guys are losing money by not putting his face on a shirt. I assume you mean Chugs' face. Chugs has a really, really likable face, man. Shout out to Jeremy Chugs. That's my guy. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. I know that we had a couple of super chats come in. Shout out to the Ghost Rider. Shout out to Parker Walters. Shout out to Joey DeLuca. And shout out to Incred Box Play. We're going to answer all of the Super Chats in the mailbags today. It's going to be a quick zip-zap live because we got to be live on Knicks in an hour, maximum. Like that, we have to be off at Giants live in an hour. Yeah, no, literally, it cannot be more than an hour. No, but the game will start at 6:37. 6:37, 6:38. But I'll say this much. If you guys keep banging, we'll stay here all day. If the banging keeps banging, we're going to bang. And I know one guy is the god of the bang because we got a 3-point goal. Mike G. Bang! Give me some MGs in the chat. And also type your BGs because that's what I had yesterday after the... Yeah. I wish you would have brought it first, bro. Shout out to Joey Peterson. It's my guy right there. I had the BGs after that eggnog boot yesterday, but you need to type BG for the only Brandon G. Says, I'll match you, Rob. Merry Christmas from LA. Brandon, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays to you and your family. As Mike G, all the guy does is hit dingers on this channel. Says, Marsh, happy holidays, brother, to you and your family. Mike G, right back at you, 2 times as strong. Says, who's your top defensive free agent target? Plenty of holes on this team, so just wondering. Appreciate you, my guy. That is a great question. We're going to get that in the mailbag. I'll give you a short answer right now, longer answer in the draft. I'm looking at a corner, and I got Charvarius Ward, the starting corner for the San Francisco 49ers. I don't think they're going to be able to pay him. Giants have a massive need at corner. He has played for the Chiefs. He's played for the Niners. He's a winner. He's a leader, and he's a shutdown corner. And we need one of those guys. We need one of those guys. I just had to burp. Mike G would love Charvarius Ward. I wish there was a big D tackle the Giants could spend a lot of money on. There's really not. So I'm looking at corner. Another sneaky one I like, which I don't love paying safeties, Javon Holland of the Dolphins. Rolly tells me he sucks. Rolly hates him. I don't know, though. I don't know. Mike G, you're a legend. Every $50 super chat, we're beer shotgunning today. Give me some F rollies in the chat. Haven't done that in a while. We are going to get into not one, but 2 mailbags on today's show. We got to do 4 segments in 50 minutes. We're going to be speed racing through this. Watermelon stinks. Hashtag Giants or Super Chats. Get on the mailbag. I need a lot of questions from the real one. Producer Jack is stepping in for producer Smitty, who decided he could just leave the holiday season early and leave me out to dry here alone on Giants Now. Jack Lauderay wouldn't do that. Producer of 1 playoff win and 2 playoff games. The only playoff win of this channel's lifetime. Jack Lauderay was in the seat. I need you guys, though, to ask some questions. Draft, free agency, trades. I don't give a shit. I need you guys to ask questions. We're going to have 2 mailbags coming out on the channel this week. And the way you get your questions on the channel is hashtag Giants or Super Chat. I love that. Big L3, by the way. Love that. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat to get on the show. I am kindly asking everyone that watches this channel to ask a question because we got to go through 2 mailbags. And the only way we're going to be able to do that to use hashtag Giants, just like it looks on screen. Hashtag, no spaces, Giants, ask your question. I am. We got a 3-point goal. Greg, the GOAT, Congdon. Bang! Give me some GCs in the chat. The MVP of the stream yesterday. a performance we haven't seen so far this year. Greg Congdon, you are a legend, my man. And I've already talked to Jeremy Chugs. I'm going to have his beautiful wife make you a shirt. And I think that we need to start selling some gear. A lot of do you guys want it? Would you guys buy Giants Now merch? Let me know. Because if people will buy Giants merch, I can Giants Now merch, specifically Giants Now by Chat Sports merch. I will have the bosses make it. But you know what they told me when I asked 2 months ago? I don't think people would buy it. And I said, you know what? I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. Just like I told them they were wrong when they said Eagles Now could beat us in a super chat battle in week 16 when Giants are on a 10-game losing streak. And we smoked them. Almost doubled them up. This channel's different. And I got a beer shotgun for a $50 super chat. Let's go. My first idea. Whew. My first idea is just a t-shirt with Smitty's face on it. Just Smitty's face on a t-shirt. I want to see Rob Simpy wearing a shirt with Smitty's face on it. That's all I want to see. Ty Dubs, what's up, my man? If you make a cartoon character of you on a t-shirt with the word alrighty above, I never say the word alrighty. The only time I say alrighty is like at the end of the show, as Bronx Boy knows, when I look around, I'm like, all righty, we're going to sign off. Yeah. All righty. There we go. I didn't even try to do that. That's insane. I'm ready. Let's dive into it. Hashtag Giants. Seriously, if you don't hashtag Giants, ask a question. I hope you get coal for Christmas. Happy holidays to the Giants Now real ones out there. Shout out to all of you. And if you're new to the channel, you're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. And I am your host, Marshall Green. Coming up on today's show, I have written a list. And I checked it twice. And I sent it to Santa. And I have 5 things I want to see the New York Football Giants do this offseason. We will unveil my wish list. But first, I want to know. Do you want the number 1 pick? You say, Marsh, you always ask this. You always tell us, like the video if you want the number 1 pick. Well, now the Giants actually have the number 1 pick. And we're not stopping. Don't jinx it. I'm talking to you, Bronx boy. Hit that thumbs up icon if you want the Giants to have the number 1 overall pick. Welcome into Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Happy holidays to all of the real ones out there. I hope everybody is enjoying their time with their families. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Wanted to get in the festive mood and talk about my wish list for this football team heading in to the 2025 NFL offseason. And all I want for Christmas, shout out to Mariah Carey, she's tough, is pick number 1 in the 2025 NFL draft. It's all I want. All I want for Christmas is the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. You guys may have saw me on the watch party, but I was also at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta with this sign that says, all I want for Christmas is you. The number 1 pick in a 2025 NFL draft. If I'm going to have to sit through the worst season of the New York Football Giants, I better have the number 1 pick. 1, because obviously you're going to have your pick of who you want at quarterback. But overall, you can enter the 2025 offseason with a much more direct plan and path. You can choose whoever you want. And you know most likely who you're picking at number 1 even before free agency gets there. You will have the table set. You know what needs you'll need to fix in free agency because you'll know who you're going to select number 1 overall. Some people think Cam Ward's the guy. Some people think Shedeur Sanders is the guy. I'm cool with either. I do have a preference. We'll talk about that later. But I'm cool with either of these guys being the signal caller of this football team for the foreseeable future. Go get your guy because nothing else matters until you get a quarterback. And before you get that quarterback, I hate to say that my wish list is to see people lose their jobs because that's not very nicey. But I got to be real with you guys. If the New York Giants want to get back to being a respected franchise, they got to fire Brian Daboll, and they got to fire Joe Schoen, and they got to smash the eject button on their seats and hit that reset button. It is the perfect time to clean house. It is the perfect time to hit the reset button. $65+ million in cap space. No dead money in the 2026 offseason. Your salary cap books are cleared. You have the number 1 pick. You're going to have a new QB. But most importantly, no pressure to win in the 2025 NFL season. Because if you keep Brian Daboll and you keep Joe Schoen, there is pressure on those guys to win football games. And they will enter that season on the hot seat. And they will be fired if this team sucks next year, which means you will have a rookie quarterback entering year 2 with his second head coach and his second general manager. We don't want that. The Bears have done that 3 times with Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields, and now Caleb Williams. And that's why the Bears are the Bears, the worst franchise in the NFL. Giants right behind them. Learn from them. Don't do it. Fire them now, get new guys, start a new era, and let them work. Don't force them to win in 2025. Hit the reset button and get 2 new guys in the seats that control this franchise. And once you do fire Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll, go hire Mike Vrabel as the head coach and Will McClay as the general manager, the second highest front office position of anybody for the Dallas Cowboys. Vrabel is my number 1 head coach candidate for the New York Football Giants. I've talked about this a couple of times. The Giants need a strong voice. The Giants need a leader. The Giants need a culture changer. They need a guy that's going to come in and clean up the mess that the ex-Buffalo Bills duo left at 1925 Giants Drive. Mike Vrabel is one of the best coaches that this league has to offer. And it would be a steal if the Giants can get him. They need someone that gives them an identity. They need someone that gives them some juice. And that's Mike Vrabel. You also need someone at the general manager position that's great at identifying talent, that has a track record of hitting in the NFL draft. And there's a guy in Dallas who's better than anybody at identifying first-round talent. And he's not the general manager. It's Will McClay. And people will tell you, me, Marshall, it's not realistic. He's never leaving the Dallas Cowboys. Thing is, there's not a salary cap for coaches. There's not a salary cap for general managers. You can go out and give this guy a blank check to tell him to leave Dallas and come be the Giants' next GM. Because you know what? He's the best talent evaluator, I think, in the NFL right now. 2014, he picked Zach Martin at the 16th pick. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Byron Jones at pick 27. That guy was an all-pro before mad injuries stacked up. Ezekiel Elliott at pick 4 was unbelievable. Taco Charlton was a miss. Hey, everybody misses. Leighton Vander Esch at 19 is an awesome pick. He traded the 2019 pick for Amari Cooper. Hell of a pick. CeeDee Lamb at pick 17. Home run. Micah Parsons at pick 12. A grand slam. And it's TBD on Tyler Smith and Mozzie Smith. But Will McClay is one of the best drafters in the first round in the NFL. Give him an offer that he cannot say no to. Get it done. Coming up next, I got 2 more things on my wish list. First, though, I got to tell you guys about our proud sponsor, DraftKings. It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting on all the hoops, football, and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we are being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7. And here's the gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code NIXCHAT. That's code NIXCHAT for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-97-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. Shout out to DraftKings. Reminder, it's more than just the NFL. It's also the NBA. And we had a same-game parlay for the next game on Monday. Just giving you guys an example of things that you can cook up in your DraftKings lineup. Shout out to them. We love having them as a sponsor. And the only way we're going to be able to keep them is if you guys support. So use that promo code NICSCHAT and bet $5. And once you win, you're going to get $150 in free bonus bets. Step 4, or number 4 on my Giants wish list that I'm going to send to Santa. What kind of cookies do you think Santa likes? I'm a snickerdoodle guy. Draft Cam Ward. Draft Cam Ward, number 1. We've done a lot of talk and a lot of, is it Cam? Is it Shedeur? Who's the guy? You watch this channel, you know. My QB1 since week 0 of the college football season has been Cam Ward, the gunslinger for the Miami Hurricanes. It's all about the U. Cam Ward is built for this. And I think when you're debating on, are you a Shedeur guy? Are you a Cam guy? I want to know what's in between the ears. I want to know what's beating in the chest. And those two things, they just point the direction of Cam Ward. I love the leadership that Cam has. This is a guy that ran the triple option offense his senior year of high school. Didn't have any D1 offers outside of Incarnate Word, which nobody knows where that is at. He won the Southland Conference with Incarnate Word. Then he goes to Wazoo, and he balls out. Then he goes to Miami, and he has him in the playoff picture till the very final minutes. He's a leader. He's an alpha. He is someone that I want as the face of my franchise. This guy is someone who got it out of the mud and has earned everything that he has gotten. And I think he is just scratching the surface of who he could be. I want Cam Ward, but I would be fine with either of these young guys as the franchise quarterback for the New York Football Giants. I just have Ward a little bit ahead of Shedeur. And I think when you're and like their play is very comparable. Like when you're talking, some people love him, some people love him. But at the end of the day, I want someone who I know is going to have that huddle in belief with 90 seconds left and 85 yards to go to win a football game. And I think Cam Ward is just someone that's going to rally the troops a little bit more. Step 5 of my wish list. Sign Trey Smith, interior offense lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs, and sign T. Higgins. You've had the worst offense in the NFL for 5 years straight. You got $65 million in cap space. Clean books in 2026 and onward. Go get the best free agent offensive lineman. He's a plug-and-play guy at the right guard position. He's one of the best offensive linemen in the National Football League. Hasn't allowed a sack this year. He's a road grader and a road paver in the run game. And I believe you're going to get a franchise quarterback in the NFL draft. The moves you make after that are just as important. And building up that offensive line is going to be huge. And once you give him protection, give him some weapons on the outside that can make big plays when the ball is thrown their way. And T. Higgins is the best wide receiver entering free agency. I love Chris Godwin a lot. He's wide receiver 2 for me in free agency. But T. Higgins is younger. He's more of what you need in an outside receiver. And I'd love to add him. You know what's a great landing spot and a good overall supporting nucleus that could help a quarterback? This offense for the Giants. Andrew Thomas at left tackle. John Runyon at left guard. John Michael Schmitz, if he continues to progress. I haven't thought he's been all that great, but he has gotten better, I thought, as this team goes on. And I would be okay with giving him the shot to be the starting center. I'd sign a veteran to push him. But you have him, Trey Smith, and Jermaine Illuminor. That offensive line is solid. I'd say it's top 10 in the NFL. And then you just saw all the playmakers. Malik Neighbors, T. Higgins, 2 running backs. Not enough pictures for Theo Johnson and Cam Ward. Give your young quarterback something to work with. That's what I want. I think that pictured offensive line and that supporting cast is a good landing spot for a quarterback. I've given you 4 things that I want on my wish list. What's your number 1 wish on your list for the New York Giants entering the 2025 NFL offseason? Let me know down in the chat. Make sure you are following me over on Twitter, over on IG, at @MarshallGreen_, at @MarshallGreen_. Same handle, same spot, different platforms. Give me a follow, and let's go Big Blue. Strike Blitz says Higgins is a product of Burrow. Is that why he was awesome at Clemson? I didn't know Joe Burrow played for Clemson. Product of Burrow. It's just a horrible take. It's a horrible take. Can't believe that was said. Yeah, Burrow's the one that's having him climb the top rope and snagging it on top of receivers' heads in the AFC playoffs. Unbelievable. Yeah, let's stick with Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton, the number one receiver on the worst team every year on offense. Let his ass go. Mamadou says, they won't sign because of one denominator, John Mara and family. I guess, man. I don't know. You're my guy, and it doesn't change because of that. Friends disagree all the time. And maybe I just need to listen and understand that, but I just don't agree. People don't want to come to the Giants because of John Mara. I don't know. There's worse owners out there than him. Mara's at the bottom. There's a lot of other owners that I wouldn't rather have. Whew. All right, we are going to get into 2 mailbags on today's show. I need you guys to throw in some questions. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat to get on today's video. We got 2 mailbags coming up. About to get into a mock draft in a second with the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Feels good. It's sad that I find that much joy in saying that, but you know what? I've seen this team not win a football game since October. Last time the Giants won a football game, I was 29 years old. For everybody that sends a super chat, you're guaranteed to get on the mailbag. If it's Giants applicable, we'll get to those in the mailbag. If they aren't Giants applicable, I think that makes sense. We will answer those after the mailbag, and we'll show them up on screen. Just trying to put our pedal to the metal as we got to be live on our Knicks channel in 40 minutes. Shout out to y'all. If you haven't yet, smash that thumbs up icon. 300 plus people watching, only 85 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Help us get to 100 likes. Shout out to Gilly. What up, Gilly? Love you. Let's get in this let's get in this mock draft, though. Let's do it. As we currently sit, the New York Football Giants have the number 1 overall pick. Feels good saying it. In the 2025 NFL Draft. And we're going to do a mock draft with the Giants having the number 1 overall pick. A 2-round mock draft coming up in a second. But if you want to stay in that number 1 spot, if you want to pick number 1 in April's draft, hit that thumbs up icon. We've been doing this all year long. And it's week 16, and we have the number 1 overall pick. Do not jinx it. Hit the thumbs up icon, and let's go Big Blue. All righty, mock draft 4.0. We've done 3 mock drafts so far through the 2025 NFL draft cycle. Today is mock draft 4.0. And it's a big one because it's the first time the Giants have had sole ownership of the number 1 overall pick. Giants lose out, they will be picking number 1 overall. And first off, shout out to the Raiders. Raiders! And shout out to AP. AP! 5'8". Once a Giant, always a Giant. I always thought his number should have been retired. And I think it'd be even sweeter if we retired his number right now. I went and watched that play this morning that he made against the Green Bay Packers in the 2008 playoffs on that screen pass on 3rd and 8. Had me feeling nicey. This is the 2025 NFL Draft as we sit. Giants own the number 1 overall pick. Then it's the Patriots, Jags, Titans, Browns, Raiders, Panthers, Jets, Bears, and Saints. If the Giants lose out with 2 more games left versus the Colts and versus the Eagles, they will be picking number 1 in the NFL Draft. And they will have their choice of who they want to be the next franchise quarterback for this team. Before they make that pick, though, I want to hear from you. What is your pick? Pick a QB. Type S for Shedeur Sanders. Type C for Cam Ward. If you were the general manager of the New York Football Giants, who would you select with the number 1 overall pick? Mock Draft 4.0. Marsh G is in the seat of the Giants GM. And bring me Cam Ward. I am going to take Cam Ward, number 1 overall, over Shedeur Sanders. I just think that the things that I value are things that I think are important for a quarterback. The needle just slightly turns towards the side of Cam Ward. To be honest with you, I would be fine with either of these guys at QB. I've done my research. I've watched every throw of Cam Ward this year. I've watched every throw of Shedeur Sanders this year, multiple times. I have no life. When I get home, all I watch is Giants content, and I watch film breakdowns and I watch film of these guys. I'd be fine. I think both these guys, if you select them, can be franchise quarterbacks. The moves you make after you select the guy are going to be more important than which quarterback you pick. Which guy are you going to build a supporting cast on to have more success for that guy? And the rumors out there kind of make me feel like Cam Ward might be the guy for the Giants. Todd McShay, longtime NFL draft insider for ESPN, put out this the other day. There seems to be a sentiment across the league from people I've talked to that the New York Giants have a thing for Cam Ward. And he's not the only person to say that. Remember Nevin Shapiro put out that quote, former Miami booster who's plugged into Miami, said this, I'm being told through reliable sources, Cam Ward is going to the New York Giants. Guaranteed. And the University of Miami's offensive coordinator is going with him, Shannon Dawson. I'm telling you, holler at me at April 25th or 26th or whenever the draft is. The Giants are taking Cam Ward. And this is from real, I can't tell you who, I'm just telling you, real, reliable sources. And Matt Miller, who covers the NFL draft for ESPN, tweeted this out just on the 23rd. So here's my December 23rd prediction. The New York Giants select quarterback Cam Ward with the first overall pick. Where there is smoke, there is fire. And I feel confident in saying this. The New York Giants like both Ward and Sanders. They really do. Joe Schoen has been to 2 Miami Hurricane games this year. Joe Schoen has been to 2 Colorado football games this year. The Giants have sent scouts to 3 football games this year of both quarterbacks. I don't know if the Giants have gone to Miami Hurricanes practices, but I do know the Giants have been to 2 Colorado Buffalo practices this year. But the reason that I just have slightly Cam Ward above Shedeur is because of what Cam has between the ears and what he's got thumping inside his chest. I want to read off a couple of quotes from Cam Ward at the Heisman Trophy ceremony when he was asked about playing for the New York Football Giants. He said, if Joe Schoen wants to come get me, he knows what's best. The tape says it all. You're going to get a competitor out of me. The city of New York. I won't be in the city probably ever. I'll stay in New Jersey for all day, every day. It's too much out here. I'll just be vibing and trying to make some football plays for the Giants. I love that. Also said, I know if the Giants got a chance to get me, they're going to get everything I got. They would be getting that dude. They would be getting someone who doesn't care about anything. Just how he moves, how he operates on and off the field, and is confident. Somebody who is going to challenge himself more than he challenges the team. At the end of the day, wins mean everything. You're getting a winner. I just love the mental makeup of Cam Ward. I love what this guy has had to go through to get to where he's at. Triple option offense senior year of high school. Goes to Incarnate Word, D1 AA program. Transfers to Wazoo. Then moves on to Miami and has them competing to make the college football playoff in year 1. Leader, alpha, captain, dog. 4 buzzwords that I associate with Cam Ward. Things I love about him. Elite playmaking skills. I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes. I'm saying he's got a little Mahomey in him when he gets outside the pocket and he's making plays out of structure. He's an alpha. He's a leader, and he oozes confidence, but he's also humble. Also, he's just scratching the surface. He's been throwing in a passing offense for just 3 years. Remember, he played in a triple option offense in high school. Things he needs to work on. Ball placement on the gimme throws. He misses a couple of those that show up on tape. That's fixable. He doesn't always need to play hero ball. Sometimes realize that the juice is not worth the squeeze. That could be coached. And pre and post snap reads. That can also be worked on in the next level. Just to compare these prospects side by side, we'll go through a couple of sack graphics. Completion percentage points away as Shedeur. Passing yards towards Cam. TD to INT ratio, about the same. Big time throw percentage. Cam out-edges Shedeur in that. But turnover-worthy play percentage, I think Shedeur does take a little bit better care of the football. Some advanced stats. Talk about adjusted completion percentage. That factors in drops and other things. Cam's 76.5, Shedeur 82.7. Cam is pushing the ball further down the field, though. 9.5 yards per throw, 8.0 yards per throw for Shedeur. The when pressured completion percentage. This is a big stat for me. How do you operate when under pressure? Shedeur a little bit better, but 50% is awesome for Cam. Pressure turnover-worthy play percentage, points the arrow to Shedeur, but how many big-time throws do you make under pressure? Cam Ward leads that department. What about on 20-plus air yard throws? What about when you want to take the top off the defense and you create chunk plays? Similar completion percentage, adjusted completion percentage goes to Cam. Big-time throw percentage on those plays goes toward Cam. Turnover-worthy plays, though, goes toward Shedeur. That's my favorite thing about Shedeur, how well he takes care of the football. Overall, 5 things that I really think about. Arm talent, Cam. Decision-making, Shedeur. Accuracy, Shedeur. Playmaking, Cam. Leadership, Shedeur. It's really a preference of what do you like. Do you like chocolate ice cream? Do you like vanilla ice cream? Do you want a quarterback that's on time, on target, works within the confines of an offense? Or do you want a guy that could do that as well as create outside the pocket and get sticky with it when the offensive line's protection breaks down? I do want to make it clear, though. Giants are not a QB away. I mean, I thought that at one time, but you know what? They're not. I do think that they are a QB away from being at least competitive, but they got a long way to go when it comes to competing in the NFC East to be champions yet again. Round 2 pick coming up in a second. A 2-round mock draft on today's show. We selected Cam Ward in the first round. I'll tell you who we selected in round 2 in the second. Round 2 coming up in a second. But first, I got to give a major shout out to our proud sponsor, ZBiotics. Go to zbiotics.com/chatsports and get 15% off your first purchase. Anyone who may not bounce back after a night of drinking as well as maybe they used to, listen up. Let's face it, when going out, I have to make a choice. I can either have a nice night or a great next day. That is until I found ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol. Pre-Alcohol is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to drink this probiotic before drinking alcohol, drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow. So stay in the loop and go to zbiotics.com/chatsports or scan the QR code on screen right now to get 15% off your first order when you use code ChatSports at checkout. From Thanksgiving feast to New Year's Eve celebrations, this holiday season is packed with events, but don't let the festivities leave you feeling less than merry. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic can help you savor the night and seize the next day. Remember, head to zbiotics.com/chatsports and use that promo code ChatSports to get 15% off your first order. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this episode in the good times. Pick number 33. First overall pick in the second round. Give me the behemoth of a man, Tyleik Williams, the defensive tackle. 6'3", 327 pounds, one of the best run-stuffing and run-stopping DTs in this draft. Other players that were available, as I did use the PFF mock draft simulator, Jahdae Barron, stud corner out of Texas. He was a thought for me. Walter Nolan, we've already done a mock draft with him being selected. I really like him, former 5-star prospect, and I believe the number 1 prospect in his high school graduating class. TJ Sanders, also a dog on the defensive line. Savion Williams, 6'4", 6'5", outside receiver that's also really good with the ball in his hands. And then Tyler Warren, the Penn State tight end. I almost took him. That was the guy I almost selected, but I settled on Tyleik Williams. I didn't factor in need. I just factored in best player available because that's what I want the Giants to draft. Best player available. And I think Tyleik Williams could be that guy. This year at Ohio State, 35 tackles, 6 tackles for loss. Really good as a run stuffer. 2.5 sacks this year. And he's got 18 stops and 14 pressures. Dane Brugler of The Athletic, their lead NFL draft analyst, in my opinion, the best in the game. Shout out to Dane, a friend of the program. Says there are better interior pass rushers in this draft class. But as a run defender, though, Williams is near the top of the list. He has physical gifts, including his big man agility and shed strength. But what stands out most are his gap integrity and recognition, both pre and post snap, to sniff out plays. Dane actually has Williams back in November when he did his first top 50 players as the 19th prospect. PFF had him as a top 40 prospect, and we're getting him at pick 33. This is a guy that is elite versus the run. You see the stats on screen in Pro Football Focus grades. He has a run defense grade of 86.0 this year. He can improve as a pass rusher. I'm not looking for a pass rusher next to Dexter Lawrence. I'm looking for a guy that could take some pressure off Dexter, a guy that can help you become a top run defense in this league. I mean, if this is your front four next year, you've got real talent there. And Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Tyleek Williams, and Kayvon Thibodeau. Adding Williams to this team gives you an identity, gives you a just path of success, a dominant defensive line, 4 game records on the D-line. Go watch Ohio State in the college football playoffs the rest of the way and keep your eyes on Williams. And you're going to see that guy make play after play after play and make the opposing interior offensive lineman's life hell. He just does it. So mock draft 4.0. We get our QB. We get our guy. We get our signal caller. And Cam Ward, all about the U. And also Tyleek Williams, the defensive tackle. Grade this mock draft for me. You get a QB, and you get a starting DT. And you get a starting DT. Grade this mock draft A, B, C, D, or F. I want to hear from you in the comments section. Make sure you are following me on social media, and let's talk more about this mock draft over there at @MarshallGreen_ on both platforms. Hit me up, give me a follow, and let's go Big Blue. All righty. Let's get into these mailbags. Gabriel says, Marsh, you should make a DT draft board. Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of stuff this offseason, looking around the draft. We'll do videos of draft prospects at all positions. That's kind of what I'm thinking of this year. That works. Just take Kelvin Banks. Can't take him if he's been picked. Kelvin Banks ain't making it to the second round, brother. Shout out to everybody in the building. Over 300 people watching. If you haven't yet, smack that thumbs up icon. About to get into our 2 final segments of today's show. It's mailbag time. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat. All Super Chats are guaranteed to get on the show. It's mailbag time here on New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. Hope everybody is enjoying time with their family as we are in the holiday season. Shout out to all of y'all. And let's dive into it. First question coming from, what a name, Danny Dooms. Hashtag Giants. Thoughts on trading for Garrett Wilson? Seems like he wants out of the New York Jets. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk of Garrett Wilson, and I've heard that Garrett Wilson is not happy with the Jets. Garrett Wilson has not loved playing with Aaron Rodgers. And maybe there is a world where the Jets look to trade Garrett Wilson. I heard that's something they might entertain as he is getting set to enter his 4th year, and they're going to have to make a decision on that 5th-year option. Look, Garrett Wilson is a hell of a football player. This year, 90 receptions, 987 yards, has 6 touchdowns. The guy's a stud. And I loved Garrett Wilson in that 2022 NFL draft. If you go back and you watch the videos, I even flirted with the idea of taking him at pick number 7. But I knew the Giants needed an offensive lineman and an edge rusher. But I do love him, and I've been studying him and covering him since he played high school football in Texas. Before I had this job, I covered high school football. And Garrett Wilson was somebody that I loved watching and I loved talking to people about. He's a dog. And Wilson is dope. There's no doubt about that. But it would cost the Giants a lot. It would cost them a premium pick. And he is looking to get paid. He is looking to secure the bag. So not only are you going to have to trade a pick for him, you're also going to have to give him a lot of money, instead of maybe just using that pick to go out and get a playmaker at that position. I'm not trying to minimize what Garrett Wilson is as a football player. I'm just trying to think of what it should be. I'd love to have him to this team, but it's also going to take some steps down the line to keep him here. But Neighbors and Wilson with a young QB, that's pretty sick. Would you trade pick number 33 for him? To be honest with you, I don't even know if pick number 33 is enough to get Garrett Wilson. We've seen these receivers go for first-round picks, and I'm not trading a first-round pick the Giants currently own. Maybe next year's first-round pick, but I'm obviously not trading number 1 overall. So would you trade the first pick in the 2nd round of the 2025 NFL Draft for Garrett Wilson? I'm curious what all you have to say. Giants do have $65 million in cap space. They have a major need at that wide receiver position. Type T for trade, type P for pass. I'd probably pass. I think trading for Garrett Wilson is a win-now move. And the Giants, they don't need to make any win-now moves right now. Mike G, what's up, my man? We're going to answer questions from subscribers in the remainder of the video. It says, Marsh, Happy holidays, brother, to you and your family. Same to you, Mike G, and same to everybody that watches this channel. Who is your top defensive free agent target? Plenty of holes on this team, so just wondering. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. I'm going to go with Charvarius Ward, the outside corner of the San Francisco 49ers. He's played on the Chiefs. He's played on the Niners, 2 winning organizations. I think he could breed some leadership, some winning attitude, some winning habits to this team. He's a lockdown corner. Hasn't been as good this year as he was last year. Still just 28 years old, though. Still a lot of tread left on those tires. He could be a dog in this league, and I think he could be a mentor for a young corner in Deonte Banks. I'd like the Giants to go out and get a veteran corner to help Banks learn as he grows in this league and have him slide down to a CB2 role and let Charvarius Ward take the assignments of A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb and Terry McLaurin week in and week out. And Cred Box Play, what up, man? Who do you think the G-Men are going to take? I really don't know, man. I really don't know. We've heard a lot of rumors of they love Shedeur. We've heard rumors and have been told they love Cam Ward. I know they're taking a quarterback number 1 overall. I don't know who it's going to be. But if you ask me today to predict it, I'm going to guess Shedeur Sanders. I want Cam Ward, fine with either, but if I had to guess today, as we film this video during the holidays in December, I'm going to go with Shedeur Sanders. More questions around the corner. First, though, I got to tell you guys about our proud sponsor, DraftKings. It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting on all the hoops, football, and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we are being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7. And here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code NIXCHAT. That's code NIXCHAT for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-97-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/BBALL. Shout out to DraftKings. Support the show. Support the sponsor. Be a real one. Shout out to my man Ghost Rider. Coming in with a $20 super chat, just showing love. We appreciate you, Ghost Rider. Happy holidays to you. Parker Walters, my man, what up, man? Sup? I wish the Giants wouldn't be embarrassing. They've taken a couple of steps back. Hopefully those steps back equal steps forward, my man. Hopefully we're getting our guy. Shout out to Joey DeLuca as well, always showing love to the channel. Mike G, what's up, my man? Godwin and Smith or Higgins and Ward, CB on KC? I'm going to go Godwin and Smith because I think if you're power ranking what's most important for the development of a young quarterback, it's offensive line, it's OC, and then weapons. And the offensive line option goes with Godwin and Smith. And I think Godwin is awesome, and I like him a lot. I really do like Godwin. No nonsense, winner, baller, all about ball, a vet, and a pro. The only Brandon G, what's up, my man? Draft Ward, sign Higgins, sign Mariota or Winston, sign a vet corner, sign an interior lineman, just my take. Yeah, would love that. Got me feeling real nicey. Almost like you've been watching this show, but you're a real one. Shout out to you, my man. Happy holidays to you. Dub Des. W December is what I'm calling you. Honestly, my wish is to simply get a quarterback, Sanders or Cam. I know it's not only our only problem. It's really rough watching them now without a QB. Look, there's a lot of problems on this team. There's a lot of holes to fill. But, man, before you put on your shoes, you got to put on your socks. Or you're going to have stinky shoes. And if you don't have a quarterback, you're going to stink. The only thing that matters, and nothing matters, until you have a quarterback. And once you get that quarterback, you build. You build. And hopefully you get a right guard. Fred G. First pick, Shedeur. Second pick, I think Walter Nolan. It would be dangerous to put him next to... I agreed. I love Walter Nolan. I selected him, I think, a Giants mock draft 2.0 on this channel. Love Walter Nolan. Stud. Him next to Dexter Lawrence. That'd be a lot of fun. Hey, Rivera. What's up, my man? Rumors on Sheagles letting us win on purpose. I've heard that. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'll say this much. If the Giants are 2-14 and there's one game left, they should lose on purpose. And I don't mean tank the way they are tanking. I am saying legitimately lose on purpose. If I had to go through 16 games and have the number one pick, just lose it in week 17, week 18, you will see a Marshall Green rant that you have never seen before. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Monkey Guy, what's up, man? Do you think Malik Neighbors potentially bought? No. No. Malik Neighbors did not buy the airplanes. They know who they are. It's not Malik Neighbors. G-Money, what's up, homie? Did you see Shedeur Sanders tweet out legendary? Yeah, he's been tweeting that out every Sunday. Every Sunday he's been tweeting that out. Just kind of his thing. Kind of his thing. Shedeur, I'm cool with it. Tiger Metal Stick. How can Mara keep Joe and Brian? How can he do it? Doesn't have to do anything. He just keeps them. But if he does, I promise you, there will be a revolt amongst his fan base. There will be. Because nobody believes. Nobody believes in Joe Shane. I think people do believe in Brian Daboll, and that's okay. Nobody believes in Joe Shane at all. DM Forever, what's up, man? What song would you revamp MetLife Stadium with? It's a good one. What song? Comment below what you guys think should be a song. I love the song that they play after touchdowns. I haven't got to hear that song very often this year. But let me go with... Give me Jay-Z. Concrete jungles are made of menu. I'm in New York. Jack, what's the song called? New York State of Mind. Let's go. I asked you because I didn't know, but when I said it, I knew right away. Bye by NSYNC. Ba, 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 ba. Give me a follow on Twitter, IG, and let's go. One more mailbag, and then we're out of here. One more mailbag, and we're out of here, and I get to go home and see my family. And I mean, when we end the mailbag, we will literally are going to end the stream. If you want to continue to hang out with Marshall and Jack, come join us on Knicks Now by Chat Sports. We'll be doing this and watching the Knicks game together. Glorilla, let it cook. Let it cook. Let it cook. Glow is tough. All righty. Hashtag Giants. I need some more people to get their questions in. Here we go. Let's talk about it. Yo, happy holidays to all of the Giants Now real ones out there. I hope everybody is enjoying this time of the year. It's my favorite, man, and I hope everybody's able to spend it with their families. If you're not, you know what? Give me a call. Give me a call, and I'll be there for you. Mailbag time on the show. Let's get into it. If you didn't get your question answered, that's your fault. That means you're not subscribed. Change it. Hit that big red sub button, and let's talk about it. G-Men for life. What's up, my man? Marsh, I know you want Cam Ward, but who's your number one bridge QB this offseason? It's a great question. Good hat as well. Giants just draft a quarterback. Draft a quarterback, and hopefully that guy's ready to play by week 1 of the season. But if not, dream bridge quarterback, bring me Matty Stafford, the kid out of Dallas, Texas, the gunslinger. I also think it'd be pretty cool if you had Matt Stafford and he got to coach up a young Cam Ward, but that's not going to happen. Stafford has been good this year, and I know the raw numbers don't suggest it, but, man, if you watch this guy play, he is still one of the best slingers in this league. That guy can slice and dice any defense that's still out there. He's still elite. He really is. I think he's still a top 3 quarterback in the NFC. I would just take the QB in the draft, though. I'm not going to go all in on Matthew Stafford. But if you're asking me my dream bridge quarterback, it is Stafford. But I would just rather go the route of signing a vet. and having that guy mentor him. Because the question I ask myself are the 2025 New York Football Giants winning the NFC East with Matthew Stafford? Because the only reason you trade a premium draft pick, which it would cost to get Stafford, is to win immediately. And maybe you are. I think it's more likely that you are not. Giants are going to need to sign a vet QB, though, no matter what. Remember the timeline. It's free agency, then it's the NFL draft. But reminder, Stafford's not a free agent. You'd have to trade for him. And I think they would want, at minimum, a second-round pick. So some guys that I've talked about on this channel that are free agent quarterbacks entering the offseason, Sam Darnold, I'm good on him. Zach Wilson, probably good on him. Trey Lance, do not want him. Jacoby Brissett, I think he could mentor a young QB. Drew Lock, we'll see you. I tried to love you. You didn't love me back. Justin Fields, I would be cool with that. Jameis Winston, love me some Jameis. Mac Jones, I don't hate it. Russell Wilson, that'd be awesome. And Marcus Mariota. If I had to say who my top 3 guys were on this list, realistically, Fields, Winston, and Mariota. And then Mac Jones. Mac Jones at 4. Who is your free agent QB target, though? Because Giants are going to sign a veteran quarterback. They're not just going to enter the NFL draft with only Tommy DeVito under contract. Maybe I should have mentioned Tim Boyle. That dude can sling it. Who's your free agent QB target, though? Give me a name in the comments section. Monkey Guy, what up, my man? Do you think Luther Burden, not Burton, will potentially fall to the second round? I would love that, but no, I don't. I think Burden's going in the first round. Super skilled player, really good receiver. I think Burden goes round 1. But yeah, if he's available at 33, that would be a hell of a pick. Burden, Neighbors, Johnson, Tracy, Singletary. And you're also going to sign Trey Smith and also going to sign T. Higgins? Yeah, that's got me feeling nicey. Coming up next, more questions from the real ones. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to our proud sponsor, Z-Biotics. Look, I know everybody might not wake up the same way they used to after a night of drinking. So if that's you, like Bronx Boy, listen up. Let's face it. When going out, I have to make a choice. I mean, I'm 30 now. Unbelievable. It's unreal. I could either have a great night or a great next day. That is until I found Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol. Pre-Alcohol is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to drink this probiotic before drinking alcohol. Drink responsibly and get a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow. So stay in the loop and go to zbiotics.com/chatsports or scan the QR code on screen right now to get 15% off your first order when you use code ChatSports at checkout. From Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve celebrations, this holiday season is packed with events. But don't let the festivities leave you feeling less than merry. Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic can help you savor the night and seize the next day. Remember, head to zbiotics.com/chatsports or scan the QR code on screen and get 15% off. Thank you, Z-Biotics, for sponsoring this episode and our good times. Kings, what's up, my man? Appreciate the super chat. Hey, Marsh, just tuned in. Thank you for giving us quality daily chat. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Can you do a quick recap on what you've covered so far for me? Thank you again, my man. On the live show, what have we covered? We did a mock draft. We talked about the New York Giants wish list, things that I want. And we've also answered a lot of questions about quarterbacks and things like that. So check it out and be like Kings and be a subscriber and check out all the videos we do on this channel. It would mean a lot to me. Random. What's up, my man? Will Howard is a sneaky guy for a later round. If he continues to ball out in the playoffs, Will Howard against Tennessee was electric. I'm not a Will Howard guy, to be honest with you. Just take the quarterback in the first round. Just take Cam Ward, take Shedeur Sanders, and that's it. Like, don't overthink it. Don't try to get too cute. Just take the top 2 guy in the draft. I know McCord and Jackson Dart and Will Howard. No. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. That's it. International Reg. Need to take Travis Hunter and get a bridge QB and lower. I just disagree, man. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. Best thing about sports is we're all going to know. We're going to know. But if I were the coach, if I was the general manager, I'm hoping I'm never picking number 1 overall again. Therefore, I'm just going to take the quarterback that's number 1. I get it. I'm just taking the QB. Jalen Hyatt is him. Can we trade for DK Metcalf? You could. I bet they would want at least a second-round pick. And I think I would rather have the 33rd pick in the draft where the Giants are at in their current state of the rebuild than trading for DK Metcalf. Because you got to pay him, and you got to give him a pick. And you already did that with Brian Burns, and you can't continue to do so. You need to continue to add to the draft and have cheap, productive players. Reckless. What up, man? Marsh, do you think the Vikings are willing to trade J.J. McCarthy? If so, what do you think of the Giants? I did a tweet about this. I tweeted out, should the Giants trade the number 2 pick for J.J. McCarthy? 350 people responded. 350 people said no. They laughed at me. I didn't even say I would do it. It was just a question. But we're going to do a video. We're going to do a video on this, Reckless. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications are turned on. It's going to be a Marshall Green and Patrick Seatman special. 2 hosts, 1 video, and we're going to debate this idea. So make sure you stick around. Aiden, what's up, man? Thanks for the shorts today. So what up, Marsh? I need Cam Ward in my life. Me too. It's not. We have an intern named Aiden that does awesome content here. Just a joke. Ha ha. But yeah, bring me Cam Ward or bring me Shedeur Sanders. Just give me a new quarterback that I can recklessly be optimistic about and hype up and tell everybody he's better than he is and I can root for, that can unify this fan base, and someone that I can have fun watching football again. Because the quarterbacks that have played for this team this year, they have zapped all the freaking pride I have for this team. And they've been doing it for years. Get someone that people want to watch play football. Because no one wants to watch this team play football right now. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_. Enjoy the holiday season. For me and everybody here at Chat Sports, we love you. We appreciate you. And let's go Big Blue. All righty, we have to sign off on today's show. The Knicks are live in 10 minutes. So if you want to continue to hang out with me, which would be kind of cool, just type in Knicks Now by Chat Sports. We'll be live on the channel over there. Seriously, guys, thank you. To everybody that supports this channel, man, you guys have a special place in my heart. I get to live a dream job. I get to live a dream life because of y'all. Happy holidays. I love y'all. Seriously, let's go Big Blue.